extremely dynamic with lots of ideas, and the expectation is always that the child will follow in the parents' footsteps. So somewhere you're always in your parents' shadow. So there to create an identity to yourself, you have to be as good or better than your dad. But however, I don't really look at it that way. I feel that my father has been extremely instrumental in the mindset and training me for the work I'm doing today. Um, so my father's main business is real estate, and the mine which we now sold to ITC was manufacturing. And I have to say that I have been fortunate that my father never thought that, because in most business families it's always thought that the sons are going to take over. It's never that daughters. So I think that what Rochita, I can identify with that. So my father always felt that okay, if I have these two businesses, both of them will be taking care of both my daughters. So I was always groomed to take over the real estate. So I started out by studying, identifying legal documents, and then I met my husband. And then it was on his and my father-in-law's request that I actually stopped working with my dad, and I shifted to another kind of business. And as it is with entrepreneurs, the family that you come from, discussions at home are very common. So whatever is your business, you grow up learning a lot about the business just from the discussions that happen at home. So while jewelry is something that women are very familiar with, there's a lot of technicality behind it. There's a mindset, there is an entire ecosystem behind it. So for me, I had to learn all of it from scratch. So I have it's a two-pronged question, because it has been easy in a way that the men who started it, and also I was working with my husband, so lucky for me I've not had any ego with problems, because that's another big thing which happens. So I've been fortunate that I have not ever experienced. They've been extremely supportive with whatever new ideas I've had, and I'm the kind of person, my strength is innovation. I always like to do things which are not happening at the moment. And so, of course, it was definitely challenging, because a lot of ideas which today seems to be working wasn't very accepted at that time. So you see, so with the senior generation, they think, oh, I have the experience, I have done it, and therefore to push for an idea, while they're supporting you, there are moments when they are also thinking, I don't think this is going to work. But when you have that conviction, within your family to push for an idea, so that is also extremely challenging for them to accept it and take it forward. So yes, so while I've been fortunate that I have been extremely supported, I have been encouraged, especially, even at that time, I don't know many of my friends who actually actively gone into family businesses. So I've been fortunate that I've been encouraged for that. However, within the organization, then there are challenges versus, the thought processes and all. So that you can say is one. To just give you an example, today we have a silver and lifestyle jewelry segment called Gossip. And other brands, other national brands as well, they have also started it. And I can proudly say that that has been an inspiration from Senko. So I don't want to take their names because they are, but I think everyone over here is aware of the other silver brands which have been, but Gossip was from 2007-8.
Is that the innovation you were speaking of? You mentioned
Yes.
innovation to ask to what?
Yes, one of the innovative ideas which I had, because at that time you see traditional jewelry houses only sold gold and diamonds. But I would see that the young girls who are coming from college, and at that age, when you're in your late teens and early 20s, you're more interested in fashionable jewelry. You are not interested in what your parents have to buy to invest for your wedding. You're not even in the mindset wedding. Who wants to get married now, So, okay, you can choose, and they would get bored. So that's when I decided to introduce that. And that, of course, was a huge success. But that didn't come without a challenge. People would, and that time Senco had other, so we are Senco Gold and Diamonds, and because during my grandfather generation there was a
There
division
were a lot
in the,
of Sencos and
yes, so there were, yes, so there were divisions, and whenever we would go out, to any social events, there would be a lot of snide comments. Oh, so now you all are also. So are you wearing real or are you wearing false? So those are the kind of, okay, I didn't care because whatever it is, I'm selling it. I'm proud to wear all of it. But the snide comments were there, and they would of course try to keep that as a weak point for us in the market also. Then there were times when the senior generation also felt that yes, whether it was a good idea to support it or not. But then I managed to convince them. We went ahead with it, and I think that's one of the. And actually, I got my reward was when while Baba was alive, he said, I think you need to do more with gossip. You need to take it outside the showroom. It's got a huge potential. The future growth is some billion, rupees and some amount of potential you're not exploring. So that is when I think after some 10 years of doing that I think was my reward when he said that. Yeah. No, I will not say he didn't agree. He supported it. He started it. I couldn't do it. But he wasn't very confident and sure. So while he did go ahead with it because he thought, okay, maybe for the young girls it will be. And then I said that, when they're coming, automatically they're also looking at the jewelry. Then they will also have Senco at top of mind recall when they're buying other jewelry as well. So that was, so I managed to convince him with that point, but he wasn't really.
Bravo, Joyita. It isn't easy. It isn't easy, and you've done it.
Thank you.
Bravo. Wonderful. For now, we move on to